What happens when Chinese troops march towards Taiwan? Now, this is a question many have struggled to answer, including the militaries on both the sides of the Taiwan Strait. They have carried out rehearsals. Experts have carried out simulations, all aimed at answering what really happens if a war breaks out in the Taiwan Strait. One US military official has come up with an answer. This is Admiral Samuel Paparo. He is the commander of the US Indo-Pacific Command. Paparo recently spoke to the US media on the sidelines of the Shangri-La dialogue in Singapore. He was asked about the US strategy with regard to an escalation in the Taiwan Strait. Paparo said, and I'm quoting here, "I want to turn the Taiwan Strait into an unmanned hellscape using a number of classified capabilities so that I can make their lives utterly miserable for a month, which buys me the time for the rest of everything." The US commander was asked for details and he replied, I'm quoting further, "I can't tell you what's in it, but it's real and it is deliverable." He mentioned hellscape. What do you think that means? Now, technically, it means a situation that's extremely unpleasant, of course. But how do the Americans plan to make the Taiwan Strait a hellscape for the Chinese exactly? Paparo used the word unmanned. The US strategy of hellscape involves deploying drones as the first line of defense. As soon as Chinese troops begin moving towards Taiwan, the US would deploy unmanned submarines, unmanned ships, and drones. They will all flood the Taiwan Strait, fight the Chinese, and keep the People's Liberation Army busy. This will give Taiwan, the US, and its allies the time to prepare for a response. Now, is America already working towards the hellscape plan? There are signs. The US, for example, is spending upwards of $1 billion on a program called Replicator. Through this program, America is building unmanned surface ships and aerial drones. But when will these unmanned vehicles be delivered? There is no word on that. Also, for how long can American hellscape keep the PLA engaged? China, remember, has been expanding its military arsenal. It is spending on submarines, on air force, on space-based weapons as well. Is American hellscape a good match for the Chinese capabilities is the question. You see, when it comes to Taiwan, America has always maintained strategic ambiguity, meaning that it has not clearly said whether or not it will come to the defense of Taiwan. Sure, US President Joe Biden has said on multiple occasions that Washington will indeed defend Taipei, but he has also recently told the US magazine that American response will depend on the circumstances. Also, what happens if Biden is not re-elected to office? We know for a fact that former US President Donald Trump, who is running for office again, is not keen on defending Taiwan. He believes there isn't much that the American troops can actually do when it comes to defending a tiny island that's thousands of miles away from Washington. So it comes back to that big question. What really happens when Chinese troops march towards Taiwan? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.